Alright, I'm just gonna get straight into this video. Today we are replacing this thing right there, which leads down to the turbo, which is called the turbo inlet pipe. A bigger one, so an oversized one, which looks like this, and it's a bit bigger. I got my helper with me today. Try and help me out. I don't even know what I'm doing, so I probably can't even help myself out. But first thing to do is drop. It just looks like a worm. It just looks.
Waving.
It looks weird. Yeah, it's a worm. If you're installing this on a 1.8T engine, you need to make sure that you know what size math you have. So this is a 70mm math, whereas this is for an 80mm, so 3-inch. So what I've done, so I bought one of these, which is a 70mm thingy, cut it in half, and then that literally sits inside, and then that should make it just a, oh shit, I didn't even do this up. Oops. From the last time I was here, I didn't do that back up.
Is that why your miles per gallon's been so shit?
I don't know what it is. That's a bit dodgy. Whoops. Hopefully that'll fit, but we'll find out once we take everything off. So first thing to do is disconnect your airbox from this. So just like get the heat shield out of the way. And then once that's out of the way, I'm going to take the intercooler piping off and out of the way, take the catch can off, and then I'm going to disconnect everything that was from the turbo inlet pipe. And then hopefully it's a bit clear so that we can get to work on it and take it out. Now the reason this is jacked up is because although you cannot clearly see it from the top, there's apparently a bolt at the bottom which is holding it into the turbo, so you need to get under to then undo that bolt and then pull it out. Let's see if this actually fits in. It's the right size though, but we don't need to do that yet, we can leave that. But it's the right size, guys. We just got the old one out. It was a bit of a, it was alright actually, but I'm sorry I didn't show you, but if you go under the car, the inlet pipe's like that, obviously you've got your air filter here. If you go under the car, it'll be somewhere in the middle of the engine. You'll see that there's a bolt, which is, all it is that. And that's just on there, so you need to, it's a bit tight down there, so you need to try and squeeze your way on to get to that. Then that comes off, and then all you gotta do is wiggle it out. That's the easy bit. Apparently the hard bit is putting it back together. But yeah, I mean I could sell this, because it looks to be in okay condition, but I don't know. So I'm just going to show you guys a side-by-side comparison. Obviously everyone does this in all the videos that I've seen. Like you can see the difference in how big it is compared to that one, which means that we got a problem. So where that is like straight from the turbo and then straight up, that one goes out a lot more, so it needs a lot more room. And the problem that we now got, which I haven't seen anyone else have this problem, because I don't know, maybe it's just an AUM engine thing. So there's the turbo, that shiny thing right there, and then you got that black pipe, which is completely made of metal, so it doesn't budge at all, which means that I've got to try and squeeze the turbo pipe either underneath it or over it or whatever. But I don't know, I'm gonna have a quick go and then see what happens. Sorry that you can't really see much, I can't even see anything. Like, that's not even possible. Okay, I can't see myself, so I don't know what I'm recording, but I'm under the car and there really isn't much room because it's more like my jack doesn't jack high enough, so I can't do anything great. But this is quite hard because of that black pipe. I've had to bend it, which I don't know what I've done, but I've had to bend it slightly out of the way because people suggested either bending it or cutting it and then rejoining it with silicone, but I don't have any silicone. So I've bent it and I think we've just-ish got it down, but I don't know. I'm going to show you. Alright, I apologise for how dark it is down here. Oh, you literally can't see anything. What am I doing? If I go back a bit. I don't know what you can hear. The mic's like on everything, but that is what we're trying to squish down a little bit. We literally can't get it on because it just doesn't work. And I think I may have put a fucking hole in it there. Don't get a Creation Motorsport tip. I don't know if SFS is any better.
Bodgiest job I've ever seen.
One eternity later.
Update. I think it's on. Done it up like as tight as I can. Feels like it's on. The only concern I now have is that I feel like I've made a split in it. switch, which I don't know if that's done anything, but we're just gonna have to see, I guess. We're just gonna have to connect everything back up and see what it's like. Time?
6:15.
We've been doing this since like 1 o'clock. So you guys are gonna have to take dedication, but we've got it on and everything's back to connect, apart from the air filter, because I just wanted to show you. Oh, this was an absolute bitch. I've had to put my old hose back on, which is still really restrictive because I think they swapped them around or something, I don't know. But to get to this, so obviously your first problem is this. That pipe, people just said to bend. I didn't want to bend it too much, but I think I bent it a little bit too much, so I'm going to try and bend it back quick without snapping it. So hopefully that pipe's okay. So the actual Creation Motorsport tip, you need to, the bit that goes onto the turbo, you need to cut it slightly so that there's less of a lip, that's the one. Less of a lip, so that there's more room behind, so it doesn't squish up against anything else. And then once that's on and tight, this, if you've got a KO3 70-inch MAF, you then need to put that inside and use it as an adapter. So we're just going to connect it back up. And here we have the finished product. So everything's connected. That little connection thing worked. Catch can is pretty locked in now, actually. The only issue is this. Obviously, I would prefer to get one long pipe that goes round and connects back in, because at the moment it looks a bit fucking shit. But yeah, we're going to start it up. If anyone wants to buy this, by the way, £12, £40 meal deal.
You're going to get demonetized now for racism.
Yeah, I'll have to edit that bit out.
Sick. I'm a little bit nervous, like, you're not 100% sure that hose is on.
Yeah.
And it might just pop completely off.
It's telling me the boot's open, so it's better than the turbo's fucked, mate.
Go.
You hear that?
Yeah.
Fucking pop.
It's popping so much.
Is it?
Try unplug the map and see if you can get a flame.
I don't want it.
Oh.
Nah.
Do it.
Nah.
For the YouTube.
Nah. We'll have to wait until after that. It should be idling fine. I don't know, I'll have to drive it.
Sounds like your exhaust is blowing to me.
Does it? Does that actually?
Compared to my car, it always sounds like it's blowing, doesn't it?
Yeah, very fun.
It runs.
We'll have to go for a drive. Doing that has absolutely killed me. I have a massive headache and I'm just absolutely shattered and my neck really hurts. We're gonna just go for a quick drive to see what it's like. It's sitting nicely at -20, which I believe it should be on. We're just gonna go drive it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it and see if it's any smoother, if it's any louder or whatever, but let's go. Alright, let's give it a quick boost. I'll tell you if it goes up to nicely at 9 PSI, so it should go. I mean, it didn't that time. It didn't. It was a little louder. And it's still doing the... I don't know, I don't know what it is. But it is smooth. Let's go again. Oh, is he boosting? He's trying to boost it. It's definitely fun. There's not a massive change. It's slightly louder on the intake, but there's no like turbo change that you can hear. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's fine. I think we're good. I'm just hoping that once it's mapped to what it should be, that's when it will run perfectly, because currently, I don't know, there's just a few problems which I don't know what they could be. I'm guessing it's just because it's not mapped to all these mods. Like I've got an intercooler with 2.5 inch piping, I've got an oversized induction kit, I've got 3-inch downpipe with a decat, all of the deletes I've done, and the car doesn't know that that's what it should be, so it's like, well, what the fuck is going on? And it's like tripping out. But yeah, that's how you install a turbo inlet pipe. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. So just once again, that's literally, you've got to bend that black pipe to pull it out slightly to create room, and then cut some of the lip off of the pipe, and then just try and wiggle it on. That should literally just, like, how long did it take to take it off? Like 20 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
So it should theoretically take 20 minutes to put it back on, but for some reason it took like 4 hours because it's not great fitment. But it's on, and yeah, I hope it's fine. I don't know how many codes I've got. I might have thrown up another code, but I don't know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video, which may be the fuel pump install. Hopefully that'll go a bit smoother, but it won't. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.
Well, that was really bumpy. You might want to say that again.
Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.